Hello everyone. Good morning all. How are you? Hope you are all enjoying the days with these online classes, right? Okay. Dear children, let me introduce myself first. This is Rajini, a teacher of English working at JP High School, Sativada of Nelumala Mandal. I welcome you all to this Vijayanagaram online schooling. Hope you're all well acquainted with this education online school. It's really a very good turning point in the Department of School Education, Andhra Pradesh. Hope you're all enjoying and learning well. Dear students, as you all know, this year we have a new textbook of English Blossom 7. Today I am going to introduce you Unit 2 of this textbook, and the name of this Unit 2 is The Turning Point. How beautiful it is, isn't it? A turning point is a time at which an important change takes place. There are so many incidents which may occur in our day-to-day life. Say for example, the pandemic corona is one such incident which not only brought a lot of change in many aspects but also in teaching and learning process. What do you say? Yes. It is a turning point where every student from LKG to PG had to find new paths in learning. Online education is one such path to watch classes through online. So, it's a new turning point in the education system, isn't it? Yes. Similarly, in our day-to-day life, we may come across people who inspire our lives. We may meet some people who bring change in our lives. We make new changes, new modifications by the entry of such people in our lives. These people motivate in such a way that their motivation turn our life towards different path. Some people inspire us with their lifestyle. Some people inspire us with their teachings. So, whatever it may be, from then onwards, we set a new beginning and step forward. This is nothing but a turning point in our life which brings a change in our thought and behavior, which in turn leads to a right path. Now, we are going to deal with such incident in this unit. It is how the entry of a teacher in the life of a student not only turned his life towards divine path, but also brought name and fame to our Indian culture. Hope you all guessed who it is. Yes, they are none other than Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Swami Vivekananda. The entry of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa into the life of Swami Vivekananda is a turning point of his journey towards spiritual path. Let us have a look at the picture given in the introduction part of this unit to know more about these two persons in detail. Now, dear students, let us go through this unit, the turning point, given at page 19 of your textbook. You can see the title here, The Turning Point, and a picture is given here. Have a look at it. Observe it carefully and try to guess who the two people are here in this picture. You can see what these two people are doing. They are talking with each other. One is an elderly man with a beard. He is saying something to the other one who is looking very young. He is sitting in front of him, isn't it? Yes. It seems as if they are discussing an interesting topic. The young man here is listening to him very attentively. Maybe he is clearing some doubts on a certain topic. So the elderly man here may be his guru, is his teacher, and the young man here may be his student, isn't it? Yes, no doubt. We can see a teacher-student relationship between them. The student here is eager to gain knowledge from his teacher. So, we can say it is a guru-shishya relationship between the two. Yes. Dear students, we have so many stories in our epics about gurus who shape the life of their disciples. And we can see some gurus in each and every religion. Say for example, Adi Shankaracharya, Prophet Muhammad, Lord Buddha, Jesus Christ, Guru Nanak, etc. Their teachings and preachings turned the life of their disciples, the students, towards right path. They showed right way. They showed right direction with proper guidance and changed their lives, isn't it? From Treta Dwapar Yuga to the present Kali Yuga, we know the stories of great teachers who inspired their students and transformed them into great personalities. You know the story of Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Lord Krishna motivates Arjuna to fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. He became a teacher and cleared all his doubts before going into the battlefield. Similarly, we can see Dronacharya and Ekalavya's story, where Ekalavya proved to be a great archer with the support of Dronacharya. Similarly, we can see another great guru, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and his student Swami Vivekananda. After the entry of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa into the life of Swami Vivekananda, his life changed into spirituality. He became, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa became the spiritual guru of Swami Vivekananda. It is an interesting story. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa met Swami Vivekananda when he went to a village where people used to sing the songs of God. And one day Swami Vivekananda, who is a brilliant student, he is a multi-talented personality. He too attended to that place, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa listened to the songs sung by Swami Vivekananda. Impressed by his singing talent of Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa invited Swami Vivekananda to his ashram. And there Swami Vivekananda got the opportunity to interact with Paramahamsa and cleared all his doubts about God. Swami Vivekananda is very curious to know about the existence of God, who He is and where He is. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa cleared all his doubts. Thus, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa became the spiritual guru of Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda gained spiritual wisdom under the guidance of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And now, dear students, can you guess who the two people are? Yes, the elderly man was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and the young man was Swami Vivekananda. His meeting with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a turning point which brought a great change in the life of Narendranath, who is nothing but Swami Vivekananda. The actual name of Swami Vivekananda is Narendranath. So he brought a great change in his life and transformed him into Swami Vivekananda. Hope you all understood. Now have a look at the questions given under this picture. There are 5 questions to answer. Try to answer these questions. The first question is, guess the characters in the picture. So who are the 2 characters in this picture? Yes, Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. How do you think are they related to each other? We can see a teacher-student relationship here. So one is the teacher and the other is the student. A student relationship is seen here. Why did the young man meet the other person? Because the young man wanted to know about the existence of God. And what is the man with a beard saying? So the man with the beard is saying that God is everywhere. God lives in every being. And the last question is, why do we listen to persons? Why do we listen to someone? to gain knowledge, to clear our doubts, to solve our problems. When we listen to them, we can clearly understand, because they clear our doubts, and so that we can gain some knowledge. Clear? Okay. So this is about this face sheet given here. And dear students, you know, this pandemic corona has turned our lives into a different one. Say for example, regarding these education online classes, these were introduced to students from lower classes to higher classes. And we see employees working at home, and how these economic transactions are going on through online payments, online shoppings, phone pay, etc. We have been acquainted with technological skills. So we can say this is one positive turning point in the present learning trend. A small boy is able to do online transaction. A small girl is able to do online payments. And you guys are learning through online classes and gaining knowledge through Zoom technology, etc. Similarly, a crucial situation during Second World War from 1939 to 1945, where we can see almost all the countries indulged in this war. All the countries participated in this war. There was a huge loss. People suffered a lot. There were drastic conditions for the survival of people. But one guy turned his life. One guy looked this situation into another aspect. And that one guy took the things in a positive way. The worst condition of Second World War turned a small newspaper distributing boy into a scientist. The priceless boy changed into a pride of our country. Here we are going to learn some interesting points about a small boy in this lesson who was impressed by the aircrafts of one country and wished to turn his life into a pilot. A small newspaper article turned his life into a pilot, a research scientist, the pride of our country. And that small boy is none other than Abdul Kalam. And that was the turning point in the life of Kalam. And this corona period became a turning point in the academic schooling system of our state, isn't it? So dear students, in each and every situation, there is a positive corner. We should concentrate on the positive side in all situations. This is a very good inspirational example, live example for the upcoming students like you, my children. Clear? Now, let us know more about Abdul Kalam in detail. How an incident brought a change in his life when he was in 5th standard. Now children, open at page 20 of your text. This is the reading part of this unit, the turning point. Here is the first part of your text from first paragraph. I will read it slowly and you have to listen it very carefully. I was in class 5th. Here I refers to Abdul Kalam. He narrated this lesson from his book My Teachers. So I was in class 5th when the Second World War, the largest conflict in human history, was at its peak. Because of the war, all the resources were scarce and prices were not affordable. So, I had to take up my first job as a newspaper boy. My task was to pick up a bundle of Tamil newspapers and to deliver them to some local offices, some tea stalls, and occasionally a few homes. Before I set out to distribute, I used to sit on the bench there at the station, open the bundle, and carefully pluck out a copy of the daily newspaper Dinamani. So Abdul Kalam is saying that when he was in class 5th, it was the time when Second World War took place, and it is considered as the largest conflict in human history. It recorded a history which was at its peak, very extreme, because almost all the countries participated in that conflict, battle, war. Because of the war, all the resources were scarce and the prices were not affordable. So people suffered a lot because there was a very short supply of resources like food materials, and the prices were not affordable. People could not buy as the prices were very high. They had to spend more money on every product. So they could not buy them. So I had to take up my first job as a newspaper boy. Abdul Kalam decided to work to earn money, and he joined in a job as a newspaper boy. My task was to pick up a bundle of Tamil newspapers and to deliver them to some local offices, some tea stalls, and occasionally a few homes. So Abdul Kalam used to collect these bundles and deliver them to proper destinations like offices, tea stalls, and a few homes. Before I set out to distribute, I used to sit on the bench there at the station, open the bundle, and carefully pluck out a copy of the daily newspaper Dinamani. Before I set out, before he starts his work, before he goes out to distribute his papers, he had the habit of sitting on a bench there at the railway station. He opened the bundle carefully and removed a copy of that newspaper, Dinamani, and used to read the details in that newspaper. So this is a brief detail about this paragraph. Children, I have given you the meanings of hard words here. Let me explain it. Conflict, clash, godava. Peak, extreme, తారాస్థాయికి చేరుకోవడం. Resources, మన అవసరాలు, డబ్బులు, ఫుడ్ మెటీరియల్స్, ఆహారపు అంటే ఆహారానికి అవసరమైనవి. స్కాస్, మన అవసరానికి తగ్గట్టుగా లేకపోవడం వస్తువులు. ప్రైసెస్, ఒక వస్తువు పైన మనం ఖర్చు చేయడం అంటే ధరలు అందుబాటులో లేకపోవడం, ధరలు అంటాం. ద అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఫర్ సంథింగ్. అఫోర్డబుల్, రీజనబుల్లీ ప్రైస్డ్, ఇన్ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్, మనం కొనలేము. అంటే ఆ వస్తువు పైన ఉన్న ధర అంటే మనం కొనే స్థాయి కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉండడం. సో మనం ఖర్చు పెట్టలేము అనమాట అంత డబ్బు ఇచ్చి. పికప్, తీసి కింద ఉన్నదాన్ని పైకి తీయడం, ఏదైనా వస్తువుని పైకి లేపడం అనమాట. నెక్స్ట్ బండిల్, కలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్. ఏదైనా కొన్ని వస్తువుల్ని కట్టేమనుకోండి, దాన్ని బండిల్ అంటారు. బండిల్ ఆఫ్ న్యూస్ పేపర్స్ అని వచ్చిందని. డెలివర్ అంటే ఏదైనా వస్తువుని తీసుకెళ్ళి పలానా ప్లేస్లో పెట్టడం, పలానా వాళ్ళకి అందజేయడం. స్టాల్, షాప్, టీ షాప్ అనందుగా టీ స్టాల్ అంటే టీ కొట్టు. అకేషనల్లీ, నవ్ అండ్ దెన్, అప్పుడప్పుడు. డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్, పంచడం, తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇవ్వడం. ప్లక్అవుట్, ఏదైనా ఒక దాని నుంచి బయటికి తీయడం అనమాట. దినమణి, ఇట్ ఈస్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద న్యూస్ పేపర్. అండ్ to make you understand easily, I have given some pictures. This is the worst condition of Second World War. You can see the pictures here, how these army force fighting and the bomb blasts, how the what we say that the fighters are ready to go for a fight. So these are some conditions of Second World War. And some of the difficult words are shown in picture, like conflict, newspaper bundle, deliver, distribute. Tea stall, Abdul Kalam as a paper boy, and Dinamani newspaper. Now, let me ask a few questions on this paragraph. Who was I in the paragraph? Yes, Abdul Kalam. What was the conflict mentioned in this passage? Second World War. Conflict means war. Second World War. How did the war affect the people? There was a huge loss. There was insufficient food materials. The resources were scarce and the prices were very high that people could not afford on it. Could not buy those items. What was the job taken up by Kalam? As a newspaper boy. Why did he take up the job? To earn money. Where did Kalam deliver the newspapers? To some offices nearby, a few homes, to tea shops, etc. What is the name of the Tamil newspaper mentioned in the passage? The name of the Tamil newspaper is Dinamani. So these are the details of this paragraph. Hope you all understood. Now have a look at the next part of the first paragraph. Let me read it out. The first page always caught my attention, as it was usually filled with the photos of fighter aircrafts and stories of the Second World War. The German Air Force, called Luftwaffe, was sending hundreds of planes and bombers to attack the city, and the British Royal Air Force had to deploy their full air force to defend their motherland. The stories would be about brave pilots from both the sides and how they maneuvered their aircraft and bombers. As a young boy, I used to love the stories of the pilots and their planes. I was curious about planes. I wanted to be a pilot myself. Here you can see the hard words like fighter aircrafts, Luftwaffe, attack, deploy, defend, maneuvered, bombers, curious. These are some hard words which are very new to you. Let me show you some pictures like fighter aircrafts. The aircrafts which are used at the time of wars. So these are the fighter aircrafts used during the Second World War. And the German Air Force fighters, the German Air Force, here almost all the countries participated in this war, but the main two rival forces are Germany and the Great Britain. So German Air Force, these are the fighter aircrafts of Germany, and the German Air Force is called Luftwaffe. The name of the German Air Force is called Luftwaffe, and they sent these aircraft, hundreds and hundreds of planes, to attack the other country. And you can see here bombs. These are the bombs which are being loaded in those aircrafts, and bombers. These are specially designed aircrafts where they carry these bombs and drop them. You can see the picture here how they are dropping these bombs to attack other countries. And curious about planes, see here, this boy Abdul Kalam wanted to know about planes. So he is very curious, he was eager to know. I think these pictures give you some clear meaning, or you can understand with these pictures what these fighter aircrafts are, what is this German Air Force. So let me explain this paragraph. The first page. So in the earlier paragraph we came to know that Abdul Kalam used to read, had the habit of reading a newspaper before he starts his work. So now he opened that page, and the first page always caught my attention, as it was usually filled with the photos of fighter aircrafts and stories of the Second World War. As it was the time of Second World War, the first page always filled with these photos of fighter aircrafts, how these forces sent these planes and attacked the enemy aircrafts, and the stories of the Second World War, how the pilots skillfully moved their planes at the time of war. These are all interesting things for Abdul Kalam. The German Air Force, called Luftwaffe, was sending hundreds of planes and bombers to attack the city, and the British Royal Air Force had to deploy their full air force to defend their motherland. Here we can see that two main rival forces are German Air Force and the other one is British Royal Air Force. Germany and the Great Britain are the two main rival forces. The fight between these two is very interesting and is very a serious topic. So the German Air Force is called Luftwaffe. It was sending hundreds of planes and bombers to attack the city. So it was sending hundreds and hundreds of these aeroplanes and bombers and dropping those bombs to attack the city. And the enemy rival force, that is British Royal Air Force, had to deploy their full air force to defend the country, to protect their country. Similarly, the Great Britain also, it is making ready. It wanted to use its air force in an effective way, deploy. It is making everything ready to fight and give a good attack to the Germany. The stories would be about brave pilots from both the sides. So in that page, Abdul Kalam used to read the stories of brave pilots from both the sides, from the Germany side and also from the Great Britain side, and how they maneuvered their aircrafts, how they maneuvered, steered, how they plotted, how they skillfully used these aircrafts and bombers. As a young boy, I used to love the stories of the pilots and their planes. So he was studying 5th standard at that time, maybe he was 10 years old. So he used to love these stories of the pilots, how brave they were, how skillfully they used their aeroplanes and everything. I was curious about planes. So he wanted to know more about these aeroplanes, aircrafts. I wanted to be a pilot myself. So he had a wish to become a pilot. So these are a few details about this paragraph. Hope you all understood. And have a look at the hard words too here. Caught the attention, attracted. The first page of Dinamani newspaper attracted Abdul Kalam a lot because it was about the stories of brave pilots and aircrafts. Maneuvered, plotted, steered, how they used and how they moved the planes, ఎలా ఎంత నైపుణ్యంతో ఎయిర్క్రాఫ్ట్ని యుద్ధ విమానాలని వాడారు అనేది. డిఫెండ్, ప్రొటెక్ట్. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కామన్ దట్ వెన్ ఎ వార్ టుక్ ప్లేస్ ఈచ్ ఫైట్ టు డిఫెండ్ దే కంట్రీ. అంటే ఆ దేశం కూడా తన మాతృభూమిని కాపాడుకోవడానికి, మదర్ల్యాండ్ అని ఉంటుంది మనకు ఇక్కడ, మాతృభూమిని కాపాడుకోవడానికి కష్టపడుతుంది, ఫైట్ చేస్తుంది. సో డిఫెండ్, ప్రొటెక్ట్ అంటే కాపాడుకోవాలన్నమాట. మదర్ల్యాండ్, వన్స్ ఓన్ కంట్రీ, మన సొంత దేశం, మదర్ల్యాండ్ మాతృభూమి. క్యూరియస్, ఈగర్ టు నో, తెలుసుకోవాలని జిజ్ఞాస, తపన. డిప్లాయ్, బ్రింగ్ ఇన్ టు ఎఫెక్టివ్ యాక్షన్, రంగం సిద్ధం చేయడం అంటాం కదా దాన్ని. సో ఎనిమీ ఫోర్స్ కూడా రంగాన్ని సిద్ధం చేసుకుంది. అటాక్, టేక్ వయాలెంట్ యాక్షన్, దాడికి దిగింది. అక్కడ హండ్రెడ్స్ అండ్ హండ్రెడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్లేన్స్ పంపిస్తుంటే అవతల ఆ యుద్ధ వైమానిక దళం కామ్గా ఉండదు కదా, అది కూడా దాడికి దిగింది అనమాట. అటాక్. పైలట్, అ పర్సన్ హూ ఆపరేట్స్ ద ఫ్లయింగ్ కంట్రోల్స్ ఆఫ్ యాన్ ఎయిర్క్రాఫ్ట్. యుద్ధం జరిగే సమయంలో ఆపరేట్ చేయడం, ఎవరైతే ఆ యుద్ధ విమానాలను ఆపరేట్ చేస్తారో వాళ్ళని పైలట్ అంటాం అనమాట. ఎవరైతే నడుపుతారో వాళ్ళని పైలట్స్ అంటాం. బాంబర్స్, an aircraft designed to carry and drop bombs. So specially designed aircraft where bombs are carried and dropped to attack the rival cities. Next. So these are the pictures. And now I would like to ask a few questions on this paragraph. What was the first page of the newspaper filled with? What was the first page of the newspaper filled with? Yes, it was filled with the stories of brave pilots and aircrafts. What was the German Air Force called? Luftwaffe. Who were the two main combatants of the Second World War? Who are the two main rival forces? One is Germany and the other one is Great Britain. What were the stories in the newspapers? There were stories of brave pilots from both the sides. How did the German Air Force attack the rival force? The German Air Force sent hundreds and hundreds of planes to attack the cities of rival. What did Kalam used to love? Kalam used to love these stories of brave pilots. What was Kalam curious about? He was curious about planes, aeroplanes. What did Kalam want to become? Kalam wanted to become a pilot. This is the next paragraph of this unit. Back in my village, there were few people with whom I could discuss about aircrafts. I belonged to a poor family where nobody went to school. However, I had the advantage of being in the company of great teachers. So after finishing his work, he went back to his village and he wanted to share his feelings with someone, with the details that he read in the newspaper. But there were few people with whom I could discuss about aircrafts. Abdul Kalam is very curious to share his feelings about aircrafts with someone, but there were very few people in his village to discuss with. I belonged to a poor family where nobody went to school. As he belonged to a poor family, Abdul Kalam is the one who went to school. So there were no one to share his feelings about aircrafts. However, I had the advantage of being in the company of great teachers. But anyhow, Abdul Kalam used to share his feelings and he used to discuss about these aircrafts with some great teachers, where he spent much of his time in their company. And the hard words here are discussed to talk different issues: advantage, a favorable condition, an opportunity, company, being with others, to spend time with some people. And Abdul Kalam spent his time with the great teachers. How fortunate he is, isn't it? And there are a few comprehensive questions here. Let us have a look at it. What did Kalam discuss about in his village? So what did Kalam discuss about? Yes, Kalam discussed about aircrafts with a few people in his village. What did Kalam say about his family? He says that he belongs to a poor family. In whose company did Kalam spend his time? He spent his time in the company of great teachers. Hello everyone, welcome you all back to this session. Hope you all enjoyed this session of this unit, the turning point. Now, as a whole, let me come with some important points of this session. It was the time of Second World War when Kalam was in 5th class. Due to this war, there was a shortage of supply of resources, and as a result, the prices were not affordable to the people. People even could not buy food materials. So Kalam had to take up a job as a newspaper boy. He distributed papers to some offices, tea stalls, and a few homes. At the start of his work, he had the habit of sitting on a bench at the railway station and reading a newspaper named Dinamani. The first page of the newspaper consisted of photos of aircrafts and stories about the war and about brave pilots, etc. The two rival forces in this war are the Germany Air Force called Luftwaffe and the British Royal Air Force, that is the Great Britain. The stories were about the brave pilots of both the rival forces. The stories include how the rival forces sent hundreds and hundreds of planes and attacked the city of the enemy forces, and in return how these enemy forces planned and used their bombers effectively to defend their countries. Kalam loves to know about these aircrafts and stories of brave pilots. He was curious about planes. His wish is to become a pilot. Kalam wishes to share this information in the newspaper to someone back in his village, but he had only a few people to discuss about aircrafts. And about his family, he said that he belonged to a poor family where no one in his family had gone to school. So he had no one to share his feelings even at home. But he is fortunate enough to spend in the company of great teachers. He discussed all the information in the newspaper when he met his teachers in his village. So these are the details in brief that we have learned in this session. Before closing this session, I would like to ask you a few questions. Who is your favorite teacher? What do you like about him or her? See, everyone has a favorite teacher in school, isn't it? We like him or her for some special reason. We can see there is some speciality in that teacher. So tell me why you like that teacher. Okay? And the second question. Which topic fascinated you the most in his or her class? You guys might have experienced some incident with that teacher and you got attracted to that. So what attracted you the most in his class or her class? So be ready with your answers in the next session. See you back. Have a good day. Thank you.